this PS5. I'm gonna run this little video real quick for you guys. Just a little commercial while Omi's also loading this up on Facebook. Okay, let's see here. Looking forward to getting back to our vacations.
Yes,
Good
sir.
thing everybody's gonna have the money to do it. So let me see here.
Welcome to the call, everyone. We're going to start in just a little bit. Welcome. I see Dr. Arlene. Welcome to the call. Dale. Welcome to the call. Mr. Leroy Woodard. Welcome to the call. Leslie Johnson. Let us know where you're calling in from on this beautiful solar Saturday. We're going to get started in just a little bit, so make sure you have that pen, paper, and phone Zoom screenshots ready. Mr. Bean's going to share something really powerful this morning, so you want to have all your note-taking recordings ready. And reach out to your team, right? It's great that you're on here for the information, but you definitely need your team on here because it's better that Crashcamp trains your team than you do. So I would suggest you take this time before we get started to go ahead and give that, reach out, send them, get them on the Zoom, right? Get them to be able to come in and train and get their questions answered. So reach out one last reach out to your team so that once we get started, they're going to be a part of this, because you're going to kick yourself after this call for not having them on. I kick myself all the time, so I know. Darn it.
I think I might have figured it out, I think. Let's see here.
All right. Welcome, Kyrie. Welcome to the call. Good morning. Good morning. Gonna get started in just a little bit. Mr. Bean has a super big surprise for us, so he's working on that right now. And once we get started, you definitely want everybody on your team on here.
Okay, so thank you. I just sent it to you guys as far as the script, the PS5, and the leadership, and then GCU. I'm about to send it to you guys, and also in the Telegram group as well, where everybody has it.
I see it.
Okay, so the one that I did for sales for one that I did for salespeople, sales pros and stuff like that. I can't get that one to do what I need to do, so I'll just send it to y'all, but we'll still go over it. But either way, we're here. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Crash Camp. Like Angel said, this is where you want to be on Saturday mornings, and definitely want to make sure your people are here as well. We have some really good conversations and some really good information we want to release to you guys. And what I want to do is I always want to start off with a couple of reflections. And I think, Kyrie, you got a hot mic. So I was trying to figure out where that static is coming from. It's on you on that line. I just muted it. There you go. All right. And so, all right. So what we want to do is want to have everybody, well, not everybody, want to have a couple people who have some really good reflections, some really good wins. And the next, like 60 seconds, about 60 seconds, let us know what your wins were this week, as well as you got some hot numbers for your 8-point system, or you got something that you learned this week that you've actually implemented. Let's go ahead and hear it. And I see Carla Wynn. Let's go ahead and kick us off this morning.
Great morning, Mr. Bean. Thank you for allowing me to speak. So my hot reflections from this week came from both the Millionaire Mindset call, as far as working on being duplicatable, and also from the training that we had with Mr. Holmes, Pettit Holmes. The lessons that we learned from that's just mind-boggling to me in terms of the apparent simplicity of in figuring out how to create and design a plan and knowing what I need to do. So one of the things that I implemented this week is doing some research on what I need to do in order to become eligible to someday, sooner rather than later, become a mentor.
There you go.
So thank you very much for allowing me to share.
Yes, ma'am.
In terms of
this, like I said, guys, this is the thing. You don't know about, how you don't know how powerful it is to be a mentor in the company until you've seen what's up under the hood. We all see Fast and Furious and stuff like that, and cars look fast, right? You know what I'm saying? So you kind of, they got a little something up under there, but you don't know, which one got the notch, right? And so it's a lot of money in solar just as a salesperson. Like we understand that you can have a great career in solar sales, period. You have people who are making a ton of money, closing 5 to 10 deals a month with no problem. People like Adaris and Kyrie, people like that I know for a fact they do it and they make a killing. But when you add that mentorship situation on there, where now all of a sudden you become, the hot topic of the company, and everybody's hitting on your button, right? And everybody's choosing you to close their deals. All of a sudden, you're doing 10 deals that you didn't even bring to the table, and 20 deals you didn't bring to the table. You really don't understand how that feels until you get that first one, right? And so that's a beautiful thing. That first one, just like your first deal that you get closed, matter of fact, 𝐍𝐎𝐓, when you got your very first deal installed and you got paid on it, what did it? I know it's been a while, but what did it feel like? What did you realize at that moment?
That it was real, that this could be a real career for me. And the first one that I closed was pretty simple. Obviously, I had a mentor back then that kind of walked me through the process. But that first check made things real, and it showed that this could be a real career for me long term.
Yeah. And so when you look at, ladies and gentlemen, well, then you turn around and say, okay, being a mentor for the company, and now you pop the hood, you see, oh, this is why they go so fast. Oh wow, this is what a NOS is hitting at. This is how they got this thing formulated. This is how they hit that button. And when I saw what was up in the hood, everything that I was scared of, everything that I thought I was qualified to do, everything I thought was just overly complicated. Yeah, all of that, all that myth, that movie that I created in my head about how hard it's going to be to be a mentor, that just it stopped showing. Okay. And so that's the empowering thing that I wanted everybody to see, the non-Idrises of the world. I wanted you guys to see that so you guys can experience that, and you guys can really see what I saw the first time. I saw not just anybody do an actual mentorship situation. I'm talking about Hans doing it, right? And so it's a difference when you have somebody who is doing one that wants to treat you, that wants to treat you like like they want to teach you. It's different when you got somebody who is generous and they just want to win the deal. It's different when you got somebody who's a genius and they understand that, hey man, this is not about winning the deal, like getting paid on the deal, the big money. It's winning the deal, making sure that the client is happy, making sure the mentee is happy, and I'm not just going to make sure that happens. I'm going to be training you, right before this thing kicks off. So that whole entire process from me versus the other process that I had with other mentors, unsaid mentors, that's how I knew this is how this thing should be done. This is the model that I wanted, for our group when it came to, being a mentor. That's the representation. That's the representation of wealth and longevity, security, and prosperity for all right there. And so the way he did that thing blew me. I seen it, but it's some stuff that he did on there that I didn't expect him to do. Okay. Like the last question I asked, that's why I tell you guys, you end up in life in direct proportion to the quality of the questions that you ask yourself and you ask people. And every time you ask a question, he gave the answer that blew somebody's mind. Right. Laura asked a question, blew her mind. Right. I asked a question, came on up with, he blew my mind and came up with the big numbers and everything else. Here, let me show you. And just generous, want to share his plans and share his secrets and share his spreadsheets and stuff like that. That's how winners win. Okay. Selfish people, again, I tell y'all all the time, when you do business the wrong way, what happens is people will take the shine that the company put on your name off of it. Okay? People will start referring people to you. Okay? And so you might be the king for the day, but be a prince or a princess for the rest of your life. Be a queen or a king for the rest of your life, and just do it the right way. So appreciate you, Carla, for kicking us off. And let's see here. Dale, I'm gonna hold on for you. I'm gonna go with the ladies first. Angel.
Hi, Mr. Bean. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for the ability to share and be a part of this, of Crash Camp every week, because it does really, really pump me up every time. So thank you so much, Mr. Bean. I had a lot of the reflection I want to go off of, yes, because we were talking about Mr. Han's presentation and showing us the mentorship side. And I had my one-on-one with him because believe it or not, I do try to go for the bills, okay? I do have first, but good unfortunate or bad unfortunate, is that I get a builder in the process, and so they make money off their own bills. So, so I haven't got a sell for myself yet, directly, because everybody's become a builder, which is a good thing, right? So they're making money off of their own deals. But I love it because when I was able to do my one-on-one with Mr. Hans, and he just blew me away with the same thing that he was showing you guys, and I was like, you guys all have to put in a bill in order for you to come in. And so it was so great that you actually did that for everyone, right? Whether they had a bill or not, because I know I was sleepless after that. Julie was sleepless after hers. And so I'm so glad that you're able to facilitate that so everybody could be sleepless with us.
Yeah. Keep this in mind, and this is about leadership, guys. Remember, I've been a part of great situations, and great situations, require vision, right? And if 99% of people that you're going to be doing business with and relying on are in the dark or blind to the beauty of what we have our hands on, that means we're not going to go fast at all. Okay, we'll never reach our potential. We'll never reach our greatness. We'll never get off the ground. And you need that energy, that fuel that gets the rocket off the ground, that 80%, that circumnavigates the globe, stuff like that, and then comes on back home on the 20% left. You don't have enough gas to get off the ground as you were before that call, right? So when everybody, think about it, when he finishes editing that video, and everybody has access to go and listen to it, because even the little bit that Omi got the other day, the 47 minutes, I'm in the gym yesterday listening to it. I'm on a treadmill yesterday watching it on a treadmill, and just basically I can barely see it because it was on my cell phone, but I'm still looking at the screen. I'm still listening to him in the verbiage and what's going on. And I'm picking this stuff up. But wait till he finishes editing the whole entire thing and you get a chance to treat this thing like a college course before you even have your first deal. And now when you're going through the process with him, you know exactly what's being done. You can pretty much walk him through it at that time. But it's so good that when you get your third deal, all you gotta do is say, "Hey, look, I'm ready." They open up Freedom Portal, and all of a sudden you running through your 5. And even if you still need one of your mentors, like you said, again, selfless. Call on somebody that still walk you through it. You still get the deal without having to share it. He just wants you to actually get your deals. You can go to mentorship. That's the goal. Get everybody to mentorship. So that's leadership. So, but everybody's going to be trained. Everybody who wants to be trained, everybody who wants to be professional, everybody who wants to be amazing, they're going to be amazing. So appreciate you, Angel. All right, Laura, let's do this.
Great morning, Crash Camp family. So first of all, I am overwhelmed with a sense of gratitude. Gratitude, first of all, for you, Mr. Bean, because you have always been a champion for us and making it possible for us to be in these situations where we can win. And so, I am just extremely grateful. I know you take care of your own family, but you do that by putting us and our families first. And so, I can't even express my gratitude for you. And then the other thing is that when I watched the training with Mr. Hans Petit Holmes, I got a greater understanding of the scope of this opportunity. So I am grateful for that. And, in my faith tradition, there's a quote that says, generosity is a quality of the soul. And that's what Mr. Hans showed us on Wednesday. He showed us that he was generous, and that by being generous, it comes back to him, 100-fold, and that it can be the same for us. But one of the biggest things that I got re-inspired and excited about what I saw on Wednesday. And so it pushed me into follow-up mode. So I started to follow up with everybody. I have submitted 5 bills. I've been a part of 5 different sessions with 2 different mentors. I committed myself to get solar. So I'm in the process already. I've got my portal. And but what I learned is that when you follow up, you can't just submit the bills and leave it at that. You got to follow up with people. I had one person that wants to go solar, but his credit is a little shaky. So I just called him and said, "Hey, listen, did you get started working on your credit?" And he said, no, Laura, I've been sort of busy, but I really want to do it. So I told him, well, just do this. Just go to your bank and get a credit card, you know.
Right.
And so now he's going to take step one. And then I reconnected with a realtor in Texas that I met here in South Carolina. And then finally, I got a bill. I got another bill, a brand new bill. So, you know, we got to take the actions. We got to do the work, you know, and we got to follow up. So thank you for allowing me to share, Mr. Bean. And thank you for being who you are.
Thank you for your contribution. That's that energy, boy. That's what I'm talking about. You got everybody in the chat fired up this morning. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. 5 bills, 2 different mentors. You know what I'm saying? Got people going working on their credit. And the cool part about it is, guys, we've done enough mentoring and coaching on money matters and stuff like that as a group, to where y'all have access to information to give to them. Plus, we got the smart money concept that, you know, once everything is off and running and the credit and the credit point and stuff is up, you can actually offer that to them, you know, for free. You know, just say, hey, look, let me help you, you know, with the credit situation. Don't worry about it. Don't fret. Like I said, you haven't had solar for 30 years. Don't worry about it. Another 3 months ain't gonna kill you. So what we're gonna do in this 3 months is we're gonna make sure you start the process of, you know, making your credit better. And we'll go through these processes with, you know, what we have, what we offer as a company. And then there's some other information that I have personal access to that I'll give you as well. And so remember, this is a value add, right? You already have, you know, them on the hook for solar. They're disappointed, but again, here's Laura to the rescue. Okay, here's Kyrie to the rescue, right? And so you just come to the rescue. You're the only one that's going to do this. Everybody else in every other company, and a lot of people in this company is going to do the same thing. Next, call me back when you get your credit right. Call me back when you get your life right. These people just bad credit. Well, I tell you, you know, and so come back with a solution. Right. And so I appreciate that, Lord. Thank you very much. All right. Dr. Arlene George.
Good morning, Foresight family. Thank you, Mr. Bean, for giving me my Saturday fix every single Saturday. I'm loving it, enjoying it, and excited. I have 2 reflections this week. The first one is the magnitude of the leadership that we have. With you, first and foremost, as coverage, and then also with the company. I had some negative experiences, and I took it to Mr. Bean. And I mean, there wasn't let me figure this out. Let me think about this. I'll get back to you. There was no hesitation. Doc, we're going to get this fixed. And he put Sarah and I in front of some individuals who could make that happen.
You can say whoever. That's fine. This is family. You know
Okay, in front of J.C. Wrangle and Mr. Navarro to get it right, at least to hear us out, and then to get it right. And even on the call, Mr. Bean, wherever there were gaps that needed to be filled in so that they could have the full picture and magnitude of what our experience was, Mr. Bean stepped in and he filled that gap. And watching leaders or supposed leaders, because every day I report to generals, I report to Congress, and you have leaders that won't take that top coverage the way Mr. Bean did. And in that case, you've got to take the fire on your own. But Mr. Bean stepped in and he took that fire. And not only did he take that fire to the point of solution, but then he also presented solutions that Sarah and I could do on an individual, well, Sarah and Daniel could do on an individual basis. And then he presented solutions to the entire team so that the entire Foresight family would not have to have the experience that we had. That's leadership. And I'm humbled by the leadership that you provided. That's top cover. That's being an umbrella for your people. That provides us the field, which is what we really are right now until we become the Foresight leaders. It provides us the field with the trust and the security of knowing that we have a leader who has our best interest at heart.
Yeah.
So thank you for that, Mr. Bean. And then my reflection was on vision, because as I was talking to Mr. Bean about our situations, as a family, we sat down and we came up with some ideas as to how we were not going to be in that position, and we were not going to allow our people to be in that same position as well. And I ran that past Mr. Bean, and he said, "I'm glad you came up with that. Now go execute it." So, Mr. Bean, I was able to go back and cast the vision with Daniel and Sarah about becoming a mentor, me becoming a mentor myself. I've been studying for the HIS for Maryland. I've come up with a plan for those 8 deals to get done so I could be fully a mentor. I have 2 in the works, 6 more to go. And just thank you very much for your leadership. I am truly humbled by the leader that you are.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And sometimes, guys, remember, in every room of leaders, there's the leader, right? And so just because you're in the room with leaders don't mean that you don't have a voice in that room. When you do enough, for people, and you've served enough of people, and people know who you are, they know what you represent, they know your brand, then you earn the right to have a voice, and not just have a voice to be heard, a voice to be respected. And so, this is one of those instances when Dr. Arlene is talking about, just kind of give you an idea. Obviously, you have the political approach, where when you bring something to the table, one of the first things as a human being that everybody has in them is to say, okay, let's make sure we buffer the situation. Let's make sure we kind of bring it down to where we kind of take some of the pain and take some of the heat off of it, or take some of the bite off of it, and kind of give the other person some grace, because we don't know what it is, or they might be going through this. And I just had to step in and say, look, first of all, there's records. There are a lot of other case studies that have been whatever you want to call them, that's been brought to the table. So it's not that this person may not. 1, 2, I need you to understand who you're talking to. First of all, the person who you're listening to right now, the doctor in front of her name it's not just for medical. It means that doctor that you're talking to is a businesswoman, somebody who's widely respected by the government, and who has lives in her hands. And so she's one of the most respected people that I know. So listen to her. So when she tells you something, trust me, it's 100. So pay good close attention to what she's about to say. And so that's the position that I took, and that's the position that you have to take. And it lets people know that, one, I don't know what's going to happen after this phone call, but I know we're not going to be able to mess with this guy's people. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to this guy's people, we got to get it right. And so same thing yesterday. We had a situation, and I'm just telling you guys, when you step up, right, and you take the bull by the horns, things happen for everybody, not just for you and your people. Solutions come out of everything. So out of that solution, they're going to have a continual mentorship, qualification. They're going to have mentorship assessment. You're going to be assessed as a mentor like your Uber, right? I mean, people are going to be grading you and ranking you, and like your calls. Are you mentoring people? Are you pricing people right? Are you speaking to people professionally? Stuff like that. And it's going to be a lot of changes to make sure that we have the highest quality mentors, around, because everybody doesn't have a leader that'll go to bat for them if something goes wrong. You got a lot of people who will just hush up and brush it up under the rug and keep it moving because they don't want to cause any waves. Well, that's not us. And so the second thing we had yesterday, I got an email on something that's been they've been working on. Freedom has been working on for 3 weeks. And Freedom did get back to the guy who was an actual solar pro who came over, and he had 2 deals that were approved and hadn't been installed in another company. All right. He let those deals go just so he can go ahead, and because the company he's with is with has Freedom as a dealer as well, install as well. So he let those 2 deals go back to the company so he can get his release right away with no problem. And he sent a email. He's been on the email chain. And JC and Jessica have been, boom, they've been on the phone, on the emails with him left and right. But if Freedom had dropped the ball on this one, and it was one that they should have seen and they should have put through right away based on there are no more ties, based on this guy's dropping the deal and everything else to be a part of our company. Well, as soon as I saw the email that they hadn't followed up, and it had been like 2.5, almost 3 weeks. I got on the phone with JC and Winston's again, say, hey, we can't have this. So who's responsible for, the go-between Freedom and Encore? And so Winston said, well, this is something I didn't know was going on. So he got on the phone with Brett, the person who's over, all the connections when it comes to Freedom. And they got the deal. They got the guys stuff pushed right through, boom. And then they created a SOP for our company. And now they're going to use it for other companies going forward on how to fast track, our solar pros. Like I tell them, I said, look, when I'm talking to a solar pro, I talk about other companies. So one thing we can't be is a company that people are talking about. You can't have our name in somebody's mouth saying we don't treat our solar pros right, or it takes our solar pros 2, 3, 4 weeks to get in the system and stuff like that. That can't be us, bro. So again, from your problems, guys, come solutions. So bring those solutions to the table, or bring those problems to the table, those challenges to the table 100% of the time. Don't sit on them, because you're hurting yourself and you're hurting your money and you're not helping anybody. All right. So just because there might be a little conflict, a little bit of heat and battle in there, that's fine. It's good for everybody. Iron sharpens iron. So that's how you be great. So, but I appreciate you, Doc. And again, I appreciate you as a human being and how you and Sarah stood in the gap and spoke up. So appreciate you. All right, last before we get to Dale, we'll go ahead and get Kyrie, and then I saved Dale for last because Dale's got some stuff we're gonna go over, and I got a little announcement I'm gonna share with y'all as well. So, all right, Kyrie.
Fantastic morning. No, excuse me. Fantastic morning, everybody. Yep. That word's been in use for well over.
I know it is waiting on that one. Back tapping that. I know he was
waiting. And that word has been in use for well over 12 years. It's documented on social media. Feel free to use it anytime.
It won't take me by surprise no more. Go ahead, bro.
Well, listen, this was a very interesting week, but definitely for me, the highlight was the training, the hands-on training with Hans and yourself. I tell you what, again, it was most definitely an eye-opener, but it also put me in the space of, you know what, just kind of sit still, because whether some storms, you think they're storms, but they are actually drizzles in the big picture. And and it literally gave me perspective, because with regards to the week I've had, I got a number of folks, quote, push off the fence, if you will, which is fine. But it also, the training, man, like you said, man, when we were able to lift up the hood and see what this engine is. And, like I said, my wheels just started back spinning once again, because, what we have in our hands, and the fact that we are literally at the beginning of this, this whole setup is actually, it is fantastic from the build standpoint, coupled with what we have in our hands. And I truly appreciate that walkthrough. I definitely look forward to watching the recording of it again, because I was taking notes, but I was just kind of like just taking it all in. And one thing that really stood out for me when he stated was, race to mentor. And, just the fact that you're a mentor, and, the deals now, you're in a position where you don't have to actually reach out for deals, because deals are coming to you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're closing for the whole company and all that. And again, that still amazes me. So I was just really, like I said, taken aback, because, again, when you stand from kind of like the outside looking in, you don't, or you're at a show, you don't know what's happening backstage or behind the curtains. When it takes you backstage and you can see the mechanics of everything and what we have in our hands, and then when he showed, he said, let me show you what the commission on this particular deal was. Now that part right there, I stood up and I sat back down. Because, because even like I have conversations with Idris, and I'm like, the average, say the average is 7,000. So the average deal technically is 10,000 minus the 30%, whatever. But I'm like, there's more. There's much more to it. And that was just confirmation for me. You know what I mean? And again, I had to sit back and, like I said, whatever week I was having, man, I just crushed that. Give yourself a little slap up, you know what I mean, and get the blood circulating. You know what I mean? So I was that right there, like I said, it just really, really did. And I appreciate yourself, making it happen for us, for the team, and just the collaboration, bro. Now, once again, I take my hats off to you, and I thank you, and I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, bro. Like you said, and that's the thing. There's a bunch of people stood up and saluted. It was a bunch of oh my gods, OMGs. It was a bunch of wows, and a lot of people said it backwards. You know what I'm saying? It's just that's what it was supposed to be. When you see $20,000 on a deal on the table, and it's no mentor is 100% yours, man. Look, that's bro. That's that money. And
that's that hot money, fantastic.
That's fantastic. That's that fantastic money. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna mess up my whole entire English word. I'll never be able to say fantastic again the way I'm supposed to. But that's the way it's supposed to do. That's the way it's supposed to do, right? And so when I say people don't make money is because they can't count, that's the reason why you don't make money. I'm not talking about academically. I'm talking about when you really don't know how things add up. You know what I mean? You don't make the money because confused people do absolutely nothing. Thank you. And so when you now see and you got that clarity, you're ready to run. Now, the other thing is this, you got to think about the clarity of the mission and the message. Race to mentor. 1, win the deal. Remember, language is important. And it's a lot of you guys. How many of you guys you've been around personal development over the years, and you read a quote or you've been through a personal development process, and it had a process name for it, and you had actually been introduced to it way before, or you were doing it way before. You just know how to articulate it or how to call it, right? So we all know we want to be generous to and win the deal from a standpoint of helping out the client and giving them a really good deal. But he was talking about how to actually win the deal. Like he's giving you scenarios like, hey, what's your favorite restaurant? All right, okay, well, great. Yeah, I got a $250 gift card for you guys, once this deal closed, or referring somebody who is gonna get started. And I was sharing this with him, and it's funny because y'all know I'm the master promoter. Ain't nobody a better promoter than me. I'm just not gonna let you beat me out like that. But let me show y'all something. Hold on, real quick here. And I got off. I didn't want to take up the time on the call because it was late. I want to respect his time, but I just added his on top of mine. So I just told Angel because we have a event coming up in Houston, and I got to get with her, Julie, and Michelle, and Tila, and find a raffle. Little raffle, golden raffle baskets where you can shake them up, go in there, reach in there, grab an envelope. I want to have one of them, and I want to have a lot of little envelopes in there, little small envelopes and this is what I want to have on the envelopes for all of the people who come in, right, and bring a bill in or or have to email the bill in while they're at the event. This is while they're at the event. So if they're guests, or if they're guests, or if they're people in the business, I don't even care now. But I want to put these things in this raffle thing. So I'm adding $250 gift card to your favorite restaurant by virtue of Hunt's. $500 shopping spree, gift card to your favorite store or cash. Pay your energy bill for 3 months. Pay your energy bill for 6 months. $500 cash. Yeah, that goes again with the $500 shopping spree. 2 tickets to a Texans regular season football game, and two tickets to the Astros regular season. Notice I said regular season. I ain't been buying no playoff tickets. So I'm just saying, 2 tickets to the Rockets game. $1,000 airfare. Because we give away what? Vacation stays, right? So if it's one person, $500. If it's 2 people, $1,000. You know what I mean? So it's like you're getting a vacation stay and you're getting up to $1,000, to actually pay for it, And so these are things I want to put. So when you're drawing and we go in there and you're a customer and you got a bill, right? And you get a chance to reach in there and see what you can win if you approve. That right there. It just put the icing on the cake for me because I knew I was thinking right. So, and it helped me out because when I got off, I did just like Laura. I got even more excited, and I actually had somebody meet me. One of my friends, his people was in town, and we met at BB, sat down, had a conversation, over dinner, and she gave me a bill. We got an appointment for Hans on Monday, and I told him, I said, I give you $500. You bring this person to the table because he's an affiliate, and I said, I give them $500 if they do the deal. So sit down with him. He said, all right, cool. He made a deal happen. We got together, gave him my little spiel, had a little conversation, boom. Got the bills and put them in the system, got on the phone with Hans. Well, got on the system with Hans. It's for Monday, but Hans thought it was for Friday. He said, well, man, forget it. You don't worry about Monday. We'll see it on Monday, but let's go ahead and go over this deal anyway. I said, so I'm already ready. Me and you just go ahead and go over the deal. So me and him went over the deal for about 20 minutes, and just chatted for about 20, 30 minutes. And so I already know what the deal looked like. I already know how I want the deal to go and what approach we should take with the deal and everything, and how to reinsert the battery on the back end and all this other good stuff. But I already know what my commission is going to be, at 2.70, right? If it's a battery, it's going to be at 2.54, right? I know now. I'm feeling this. You know what I'm saying? I got my adherence going, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling it. I'm feeling myself right now. So I'm just telling y'all, this is the magic, man. This is the magic. This is gonna do something for us all. So every deal, I'm just making sure my clients win the deal. I don't even care about the money. You're gonna get some money. I care about them 8. You know what I'm saying? I need that 8, that elite 8. I need that 8 right now. So I can go ahead and get this mentorship deal done and make this thing happen. So those repetitions are very, very important. So I'm gonna just say everybody getting a deal for me. You get a deal, you get it. I'm the male Oprah. Call me Opera. Because I'm about to be singing, hey man, you get a deal, you get a deal, you get a deal. Look up under your seat, look up under your seat. You know what I'm saying? Hey, everybody get a deal. Everybody get a deal. Right? So enough being said about that. All right. We got Dale Boudreaux. We're gonna go ahead and I brought Dale up because and I'll explain what's being done after he does it. So go ahead, Dale. Let's go ahead and get this show on the road.
I mean, if you're not fired up about Crash Camp on Saturday morning, you dead. You just get off the call. Everybody on this call, and Mr. B, thank you so much for this platform. It is truly amazing. It's been amazing since the beginning. And it just gets gooder and gooder. You know what I mean? So it's an amazing platform, and I thank you so much for it. And I appreciate you allowing me to be on it. And so first thing that happened to me this morning, I pull up Facebook, and there's a picture of me and you dressed in suits 11 years ago. So there's a reflection moment, because then you start the video, and it just made me think of our journey for the last 11, 12, 13 years. Yeah. And where, we started with business meetings in suits and wherever we could have them, to having business meetings on yachts in Cancun, you know what I mean? So, yeah. And yet here we are again this week, so my message to everybody is stay plugged in no matter what. I have been plugged in with Mr. Bean for 13 years, and every year has been nothing but a great adventure, money-making, success. And not all of them were successful, but you know what? We learned from it to get where we are today. And today, because of what we went through, it puts us in the position that me and Mr. Bean is about to talk about. So my success this week, Mr. Bean, was 400 warm market contacts through social media. That's 400. And we didn't get a week yet. We're not even into a week. It's been, let's see, today is the 6th. It's really the 5th day. It's where we are, right? So 400. So now, because I went through 13 years of Mr. Bean, 400 don't scare me. It's like, okay, now we're going to develop a system to process 400 people as fast as we can and efficiently as we can. Okay. So the mindset, because of the leadership of Mr. Bean, and if I start screaming on the mic, it's because I'm excited and I get intense. So it's because of the leadership for the last X amount of years and watching, look, Mr. Bean talks about being a master promoter. He's really a master of bootstrapping anything from ground zero and getting it going 150 miles an hour in 2 seconds flat. I mean, he's a master at that. And if you don't follow that, you're not going to go 150 miles an hour ever, because he's showing you how to collapse time frames. And that's exactly what we did this week. Because look, I'm a technical guy. My background is in Fortune 500 companies as engineer, automation manager, going into refineries and fixing processes that are live and all of this stuff. But Mr. Bean, through his leadership, man, has taught me how to build great teams anywhere I'm at. And so right now, what he's showing you, look, think back when we started in Byld Network, where we were, didn't know anything about solar. And now he's got Hans on a Thursday night sharing with his whole team the ins and outs of solar business and his team building with technical aspects he's teaching y'all. So he's taking you from 0 to 150 miles an hour in 2 seconds flat. And so this week, he took me from 0 to 150 miles an hour in 2 seconds flat. 400. These are people that contacted me. I did not reach out to them other than a posting. That's all I did. One posting. So that's why you got to stay plugged in, Mr. Bean. That's just me. That's how I look at things. And there's always an evolution of things. And it's up to you how fast that evolution goes.
And you know what?
Because
while you say that there real quick, guys, it's there's a saying out there, there's a quote out there, and it said the favor ain't fair. Right? And when you look at favor, guys, that favor in business goes to the people who are plugged in. That favor in business goes to people making contributions. That favor in business goes to the people who literally, are following the system. That favor goes to the reliable person, the person who's putting the company on or the team on their back. And anytime I have something that comes down the pipeline, the people who are those individuals, they get that favor. They get access to that information. They get access to that process first. And some people may not ever have access to it at all. So just like Dale, I presented that process to about 4 or 5 of y'all. And so again, so he's about to go over the actual. So you're gonna do the script first, Dale? You're gonna run the script through me first, and then we go through and we'll let them know what we're doing?
Yeah. So everybody keep in mind that this script is up for changes, and I just did this last night.
That's all we're working on. That's all we're here.
It's work in progress. So I'm gonna frame this up, man. So what we did was, so this was something that we did. What we did was we went on a job posting platform and posted what we wanted people to apply for. So it was a job posting platform. You want to tell them what it was? Yeah.
Not yet.
Okay. So it was a job posting platform. And, I own several companies. So I went on there and we did a job posting. And we worked on the wording of the job posting to make sure it was all proper and everything. And we posted it. And I posted it like Sunday night. And so far, as of this morning, I got 367 in my inbox. And I got over 50 emails directly to me of people that want to know about our posting.
Mhm.
right? So that's kind of the framework of what we did. And every one of these people, so when they send you a message back, they tell you if they're a solar pro or not. They tell you if they're in solar sales or not. They tell you what state they're in. They tell you all of this information you already have at your fingertips when you receive it. So when you're talking to them, you already know something about them. So most solar pros, they'll put solar pro on there. Now, people might have different definitions of that, but you know, whatever, you know, you're talking to somebody that knows something about solar.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I reached out to them in this situation, guys. I reached out doing via email, or let's just say, I reached out to them via email or through directly through the site. So let's go as if I reached out to you directly through the site.
Okay. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hello, this is Dale Boudreaux from EcoPower Innovations. Is this Sam Bean?
Yes, it is.
Well, great morning to you, Sam. Look, the reason for my call is you applied to a listing on Indeed to EcoPower Innovations. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right, fantastic. Look, do you have 15 minutes to discuss that position that you're applying for?
Of course.
All right, fantastic. My name is Dale Boudreaux. I'll be walking you through this process. But first of all, man, what motivated you to apply for that listing?
I've been in solar for years, and I just want to, make more money than what I was making. And the ad said that you guys made anywhere from $75,000 a year to $1.2 million per year. So I'm trying to figure out what that looks like.
All right, fantastic. So you was in solar. What exactly did you do?
Solar sales, residential.
Residential solar sales?
The door knocked a little bit.
Door knocked a little bit. All right, so you know the upfront process, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, fantastic. So I'm just going to give you some background on myself, and then I'm going to give you about a 30,000-foot view of what we're doing. Is that okay?
No problem.
All right, fantastic. So my name is Dale Boudreaux again, and what I did was I created a company called EcoPower Innovations. And we partnered up with other companies to bring professional solar to residents that need our help for the least amount of money and time. And I myself, man, I have a background in project management and electrical engineering and oil and gas. So my acclimation to solar goes back some time, right? So until recently, though, I really haven't seen an upside in the solar industry as a whole. But with the new innovations in solar and how solar companies are positioning themselves, I had to start looking at that industry, right, Sam?
Yep.
So I was looking for a company to partner up with that had expertise in the solar industry, but had the leadership. And I didn't want to deal with inventory management and all this other stuff. And I didn't want to bootstrap a solar company with panels in my garage. So I partnered up with a company that already has all of this in place. Okay. And just because you're a solar pro, what I was also looking for is a company that didn't have the red line model. I wanted a company that I can go in there and set the price myself for my customers and have that flexibility. And we can do that because of how we structured this business and the model that we use, and how we have preferential pricing from our vendors. So I partnered up with Encore Solar, a subsidiary of Byld Network. Yeah, Byld Network. That's thank you. And what they do is they're the marketing arm of our partnership. Okay, so Encore and Byld take care of all the company stuff. Right, I'm gonna lay this out real simple for you. They take care of all the company stuff, like coordinating all the installations for us, making sure that all the inventory shows up on site correctly, that they have inventory, all the payouts to the installers, et cetera, et cetera. They take care of all of that for us. All we have to do is go get an electric bill, give it to our subject matter expert, and they do the rest. And all we do is stay plugged in with our customer to make sure they are happy. How's that sound?
So far, so good. I
All
like the
right,
fact that
fantastic.
the red line is what I'm running from the red line right now as we speak.
Well, I can understand that because it limits your ability to grow.
Yeah.
You can't grow if you got a red line model, right?
Right. And it's hard to make money too.
Yeah, it's hard to make money because you stuck at a certain profit margin.
Yeah, and plus my customers are also, when they see my numbers, they go and run to the internet and find a better deal. Some of them even go directly to our installer. So I'm tired of that.
So what if I tell you, Sam, that we can take the installers that we use, we can give a better price than they can.
Okay.
All right. And the reason why we can do that is we don't have a red line.
Okay.
Okay. So we have 3 models of payouts in this company. The number one is people that just want to refer solar projects.
Mm-hmm.
We call them an affiliate. Okay. So what an affiliate does is they get an electric bill, okay, and they'll give it to, let's say you're an affiliate for me. They give it to me. I put the electric bill with your name on it. When the project goes live, what happens is you'll get a $500 to $1,000 referral fee for every project you refer, and you can refer as many as you want. Mm-hmm. And that's what an affiliate does, okay? Second type of person is we're looking for is somebody that wants to sell solar, and those are consultants, okay? So what a consultant does is you find the clients, you obtain their electric bills, you put them into the Byld system, all right? Your name is attached as a consultant. It goes to a subject matter expert. Subject matter expert puts the proposal together. You set the appointment with the client and the subject matter expert. They present the proposal. They teach you how to be a subject matter expert in this process. Y'all share the commission, which is average $3,500 a project, and you can do this as many times as you would like. Also, there is a path for growth for you to go from a consultant to a subject matter expert. Subject matter experts, you can do your own proposals and get the full commission. So instead of 3,500, you'll be getting 7,000 on average. Okay. Then the third model of business we have is called builder. You can build your own sales team. You have the same access as a consultant, but on top of that, you can build your own sales team. There is no red line. Your team will get paid straight commissions just like you do, and you'll get override commissions on their sales.
Wow. Wow. That's
And
crazy.
that's as far as I got, Mr. Bain.
Yeah. And so, and this is that, and so far, like I said, they're having that conversation because again, you're going through, and we're obviously fine-tuned a couple of things, but it's not a whole lot needs to be fine-tuned. Like I said, it's just with the flow that you have going, the more and more you do it, you know, saying obviously the better and better you'll get, and the more it'll define itself for you. And like just when you said they're going to split as a consultant, they're going to split the commission between you and the subject matter expert, and which is 3,500. You want to be more specific. Say, you know, you want to split. They're going to split. You're going to split the $7,000 in this example, and it's going to be $3,500 each. And like I said, that comes with, you know, you just saying it, that you just doing it off the whim. But I like what you said, especially when you brought it back to the red line. You know, saying this is in this situation, you don't have to worry about paying your people. You know, they're gonna get the same flat commission that you get, and you don't have to pay them out your pocket. Basically, that's, you know, because you're talking to a solar pro, and so that's very, very important. So now at this point in time, when you get to this point, you went over all three. Obviously, you just you're gonna wrap it up, put a bow on it, do a trial close. And so right now, I already know you're looking for the big money, and you called in because of the actual money, the income potential. And so I know that the affiliate is definitely not for you, but which one suits you? Which one suits you better? The consultant or the builder? And so that's when you start asking more questions. And so, well, you know what, the builder, right now, may suit me a little bit better. And also this is why you want to answer, maybe find a way to answer questions early on when you're dealing with solar pros and asking, were you on a red line at the company? And this is where you're taking notes too, Dale, because this is where you get intel on other companies, right? And so that's when you ask them, hey, so in your other company, were you operating on a red line? Yeah, okay. And in what state again? All right. And what was that red line number? Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you, and I'm looking at my red line number right now for your state. This is what I mean. I'm looking at our baseline number for your state right now. Our baseline number for your state is boom, X, Y, and Z. And now boom, you already have instant credibility with them when it comes to, red line versus baseline, right? And then, and you're asking, you might want to, another question you might want to ask is, I know you're in Maryland, but does your company allow you to, do sales in other states? How many states is your company in? Okay. Oh, you're in 3? Okay. Well, this company is in 34. Okay. And so you bring that 34 back around. Okay. And then we're also in commercial. You have access to do commercial deals. No. Okay. Well, great. Boom. Value add. All right. And so, all right. So one last question before I kind of go through everything and give you the 30-foot view of everything. Do you have, are you allowed to build a team? Yes. How many people do you have on your team right now? 2. Okay. All right. Or 12. It don't matter. All right, cool. So in that red line situation, I got something for that. So don't worry about it. So now at that point in time, when you actually have the intel you need. Remember, if you don't ask questions, you're pretty much talking at somebody, right?
Right.
You
Right,
really
right,
are
right.
at that point in time. And so I need to know who I'm talking to, and so because remember, if you don't know what they're dealing with, you don't know what the environment that they're in right now, you can't really help them. You're basically, playing operation, the board game. So you about to have a little fun, but you ain't gonna really help the person, right? And so that's that. Other than that, man, it's just coming along great, bro. And so, you just, like I said, just wrap it up with your trial close, and then go through your process of getting them orientated once they make a decision on what to do, and once they have that link.
So so man, great input, Mr. Bean. Thank you for that. Finding out where they are, yeah, absolutely, that's fantastic. Probably could have done that at the very beginning when I asked them, "What'd you like most about? What motivated you?" Right. So it's a balance in my mind, and I could be wrong here. Of okay, they applied for a position, but yet we're trying to, I don't want to say sell them on something, but we're trying to educate them of our models, right? So it's kind of
Well,
a balance there. I think in my mind, but
remember, the goal is not to sell them on anything. The goal is to
right,
make them sell you on why they should be a part of Byld, right? Because remember, when you have your processes are irrelevant at that point in time, unless because you can't accentuate the sale. You can't highlight anything at all. Like if I know I'm talking to a doctor in my audience, so I know I got real estate agents in my audience, so I know I got car salespeople in my audience, so I know I got door knockers in my audience. And as long as I know what's in my audience, I can now focus on the people who are in my audience, and I can talk specifically to them, right? And so, because even what most people don't know, even though a lot of companies have freedom, as a installer, everybody don't get the same splits that we get. Everybody don't get the same deals that we get as a company, right? And so everybody they'll get treated the same way. As a matter of fact, there again people who are in freedom who can't do deals outside their state, right? And so because now if I say, Dale, glad you reached out to me, X, Y, Z. Let me get a couple things out the way real quick. I want to know a little bit more about you before I go through this process, because I want to make sure that whatever you call for, I can address it. Whatever you call for, whatever you apply for, 100% of what we offer, and make sure we can satisfy it for you and see if this is a good fit for you. So I want them to know, one, yeah, I'm interviewing you, but I'm putting you in a position where you're gonna have to sell yourself to me. Okay, and so one, and so I'm asking. So now I can go back and say, well, Dale, remember I told you, you had two people, and you said you had two people in your team, and as you've been at the company for 3 years, and so now, have you had two people, all of the same two people the whole time, or have people come and people gone, and that type of thing, asking questions? And why would you say that they leave? Because if it was anything that you can change about the company that would have kept that person there, what would you say it would be? And so just kind of just questions, and that can be a question for another day, but questions. Remember, we all have to work on the value of the questions, how impactful those questions are going to be to a person, because then you get them a chance to open up, they get a chance to talk, but they're telling you everything, and they're giving you everything you need to enroll them. Everything, 100% of everything. So yeah, you want them to say, because remember, if you look at what Nick said when Nick was on the video, he said, I'm not looking for people who are kicking the tires, right now, because remember, they're applied. You know what I'm saying? So remember, they're still under the assumption that this is a sales job, right? So remember, they're already in sell myself to you mode, right? And so again, that don't give up the control, don't give up the power, don't give up the value, don't give up the posture, because you feel like you need this person. You still have network marketing frame of mind, right? You are a person who is in the driver's seat. You get to pick and choose who has access to this company, even though they got to pay their way in. It's still a privilege and an honor to be a part of this, because what we have, they don't have. That's why they're reaching out to us. So you get all the information that you can, and then you use that information to help them make a decision, a buying decision, and make them have a selling decision, because now I always ask questions also that lead to them connecting to an emotion. Okay. So right now, you've been a solar pro for X, Y, and Z, and you can have these conversations also, at another day too. But questions that, I give an example. I had a guy knock on my door 2 days ago. Oh, I'm sorry, 4 days ago. It was Tuesday, and my son answered the door. I used to hate when people knock on the door because I already know what it is. Now I love it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting there, and I grabbed my phone. My son said, "Hey, Dad, somebody wants to talk to you at the door." I said, "Who is it?" He says, "It's a young guy, sales guy." I said, "Great. All right." So I take my cell phone to the door, and I'm always acting like I'm on the phone, right? So earbuds in my ear. I walk to the door and say, "Hey, hold on, give me one moment." Or I'll come in with a half conversation, and as I'm walking to the door so they can hear me talking, and then I'll say, "Hold on, give me 1 second. Yeah, how can I help you?" And they'll tell me what they're selling. And so this guy was a pest control guy, right? I said, "Man, you look kind of young. How long you been doing this?" He said, "I've been doing this for, I just started. He said, I just started 2 weeks ago." I said, "You just started 2 weeks ago. You live around here?" He said, "No, I actually live in Conroe, North Houston. That's an hour and 10 minutes away from here, bro. You drove all the way over here to knock on my door to sell me pest control?" He said, "Yes." I said, "All right, great. Let me tell you something. I've been with the same pest company 4 years, and most of my neighbors have too. But I still want you to go knock on the doors, because that's what you're out here to do." I said, "But I don't need pest control." Let me ask you a question. How many doors, I mean, when it comes to, solar, have you ever heard of, since you're knocking on doors, you ever heard of solar? See, I've heard of solar. I said, well, right now I actually have a solar brokerage that I own, and the people who knock on doors for me, they make anywhere from 3,500 to $5,000 a door that they get installs in. He goes, wow. So I said, let me ask you a question. How many doors do you have to successfully knock on and get their business to make to make $5,000? He says, I gotta knock on about 60 doors. I gotta get at least 60 deals. I said, so wouldn't it make sense, for you to actually knock on enough doors that when you get one successful deal, you get 3,500 to $5,000, instead of having to knock on 300 to 400 to get 55 deals to make the same amount of money? He said, yeah, when you put it like that, yeah. I said, Great. Well, this is what I'm gonna do for you. Remember, I said, this is what I'm gonna do for you. You're not doing me a favor. This is what I'm gonna do for you. I'm gonna send you a video of the company and show you how you can do exactly what I do. And I'm gonna just tell you, you might not even have to knock on doors anymore. You're a young guy, you have access to social media, and I'll even show you how to work on social media. If this is the right fit for you, you're a right fit for me. All right? Yes, sir. I said, all right, good. So I sent him the video that me and JC Rangel did. When JC did the first part, I did the second part, and he hit me back up and said, I'm interested, and I just want to see if you can talk to me and my father at the same time. And so I said, sure, sure, sure. So him and his father are gonna have a conversation on Tuesday, right? But you knock on my door, I'm like, I know you don't make the type of money that our door knockers make, so get ready. You know, I'm about to make you question your life choices. And I said nothing negative about about pest control. I'm just telling you that, bro, there are better ways of making money. I told him, I said, look, I commend you, first of all, for knocking on doors, because it takes a special type of individual to knock on doors. But I think that you should be paid, you know, a lot more money, because you're doing something that a lot of people wouldn't do. It takes courage to do this. And so builds character, but let me build your wallet. Let me build your pocketbook. So that's kind of how you're always making sure you're putting people in a position where when you present value, that they're selling themselves to you. Even when you're getting a bill, most people think you gotta basically beg to get a bill. No, you have to make a person sell you on why they should. You know, why would you go, Laura, why would you go solar? You know, like I said, after hearing what you said, you know, after hearing what we talked about and everything, why would it be smart for you to go solar? And so, I mean, I want to save money. I'm tired of spending 100% of my money. Or you know what? I'm tired of paying 100% of my taxes on my own. I need a tax break. Or you know what? You know, I'm getting ready to sell my house, and I see a lot of other homes that are being sold around here have solar on them already. And I think that'll raise, you said it'll raise the value of my house by 4.5%. So I think that'll help me out, or whatever it is. You know, ask questions that make people, you know, buy into it, make them already put themselves in a position of purchasing. You know, like it's no different than you, a real estate agent saying, ma'am, where would you put your sofa? Ma'am, what kind of curtains would you have up here? Ma'am, you know, how would you decorate this? Ma'am, sir, the only room in the house you're gonna get is the game room. Where you putting your TV? You know, and joking, but I'm being honest with you, because your wife don't give you nothing but one room. So where you gonna put your TV? And that's the only conversation you have with, you know, the father or the husband or whatever, right? So make a person, you know, assume the deal. You make them assume the sale, even though you're assuming the sale already. Make them assume the sale as well, right? Get them into yes mode. Lord, does it make sense, Lord, that if the government is giving you a 30% tax break, you know, does it make sense, you know, to take advantage of it? Yeah. Okay. Well, Lord, you know, if you're about to sell your house and a person is going to buy a house that has no electric bill, does it make sense to have solar already on it? Yeah, okay. So you just start asking questions to make a person say yes. Get them into the rhythm of saying yes.
Hey, Mr. Bean.
Yes, sir.
One more thing. Since we've been on this call, I got 13 more applicants. Just letting you know.
Yeah, you can hear fine tune this thing, man. So we can go ahead and get yeah, because they reaching out, bro.
Got to get the processing.
Oh, there you go. And so, real quick, and that's good. And so just so you guys know, as you guys are plugging in, as you guys are, because what I don't want to do is turn you loose on something. Because what most people do who don't go through the work, who don't go through the process, most people who don't want to learn anything, they just want the quick, fast, and the skinny, and just jump right in and just give me the magic button or whatever. Those people mess up the whole entire process. And so when your leaders and your coaches are talking to us, and we know for a fact you be on the trainings, we know for a fact you are plugged into the events and plugged into the system. You're doing 3 ways and lifelines and stuff like that. We know for a fact that when we turn this on to you, you're going to take full advantage of it, right? We will allow you to participate. I'll give you the goods. Right? I'll give you the whole skinny, the whole rundown. And they know, the people who got it already, they already know that this thing is surefire, right? Surefire. The person who the person I talked to him yesterday, the person who actually introduced this to me, literally has over 600 leads already. 600 leads. He's already got 50 affiliates. He has, I think, 6 or 7 builders now. He's only guys been doing this for like 3 weeks. 3 weeks. So remember, the first thing came out of his mouth was, he said, Mr. J.C. Rangel, on that video you told me to watch, the Fast Start video says get 50 affiliates by the end of the year, right? And so he said, I'm in this process, I already have 40. This is when we first started talking. He's already have 40, right? And so we talked, and how this came about is he was doing this thing on his own with no problem, but except for one. He got 100% affiliates and didn't know how to get the builders. And you know what, when basically talking to a sponsor, Julie was trying to figure out how to get builders instead of just affiliates. And we did a phone call with 18 of his 14 and 16, 17, 18 of his affiliates. They got fired up. 5 of them went to builder. And then we had a conversation, on how he got those leads. And that's how all this came about. When you're serving people, because I didn't know this is what he was doing, but when you're serving people, you get access to people, you gain favor. And so I gained favor by providing a service, without him having to ask. I told the sponsor, hey, get me on the phone with him. He's gonna mess up all his money. And so as soon as we got on the phone with him, we had the conversation, and things changed, not just for him, but it changed for everybody. So always be willing to serve, guys. Make sure people, remember, there's a saying, you can't outgive the biggest giver, right? You can't outserve the biggest server. So anybody who's out here serving and giving, remember, it has to be given back on to you. So Laura, we're gonna after Laura, we're gonna go into the PS5. And I appreciate you, Dale, for helping me introduce this. But guys, go to work. Work works.
Thank you, Mr. Bean. I had just a quick question. Well, thank you, Dale, for that excellent script and for doing what you're doing and being the first one as an example. But Mr. Bean, what I wanted to ask you is that I always seem to have a little hesitation, or I stumble in the transition. Dale gave an excellent description of the 3 models and how they work. But then how do you transition from that to telling them that consultant and builder are paid positions? And I wondered if you had any language that could be helpful, Mr. Bean, to make that transition.
Yeah, well, like I said, when you go back to the video, you'll hear how he did it. But what I would do is at the same time, like I told Dale, don't change a whole lot of anything. Make everything your flavor, make everything your style. But at this point in time, I'm giving the vision of the company. I'm giving the vision of my group. I'm letting you know personally, like even in my script that I'm going to be working on, there's a part in there where I'm letting people know, I look, right now I have a goal of creating a portfolio of mentors and closers, and that'll make a certain amount of money. Okay. And so, and I kind of give value, and I want to continue to give value. So by the time I do transition, and so these are, as far as the positions here, we have 3 levels, that people can participate. Okay. And boom. And you have my referral partners, our referral partners, they basically enroll in the system. We give them access to training, but we give them access to just bring leads to the company. We pay them $500 to $1,000 per transaction. Okay. I know that's not what you're here for, but just kind of want to let you know. Okay. The second, okay, to have access as a consultant. And I'm just giving you off the top of my head, nothing finite, but when I'm talking about a consultant and you're now introducing, to go ahead and get yourself situated as a consultant. Okay. There's access to some systems that you want to have, there's some abilities that you want to have, and it's going to require $149, registration, okay, and $49 a month for the support. And so that type of a thing, and so I'm kind of having it. And so why would I have to pay? Because one, is not a job. I'm not offering you a job. Remember, you saw 75,000 to 1.2 million. That's not a job. That's an opportunity. And so this is a sales opportunity for you to come in and you can come in here and name your own price, right? Remember, the solar brokerage that you worked for before you came here, they paid $150,000 to $200,000 to open that company up, and they paid $15,000 to maybe $25,000, $30,000 a month just to keep it and maintain it. Here, you're only going to pay $149 to be able to sell everything without a red line, and to be able to recruit, salespeople on your sales force that you will be able to override. And we're going to maintain 100% of that and for you on your behalf. And that's what the $49.95 is for per month. Okay. In the event you build a team that's larger than 4 people, obviously we'll waive the $49.95 a month, and you won't have a monthly overhead. Okay. But I'm going to keep everything, to that conversation, to that type of conversation. Let me say that. And so as a person who's a consultant, remember, you can actually override. And this is why a lot of people who are converting from traditional solar to our company, they're converting because on their they're not just getting 50% of the actual commission that's on the table. They're actually getting anywhere from 20% to 45% overrides on the sales that their sales force does. Okay. And so keep in mind, that's a lot of money. That's more money than what any other companies out there are paying, So if you want more money, you got to be in a different situation, different environment. And this one's going to require you to perform if you want to get anywhere close to that 1.2 million a year. So, but yeah, this is not a job. This is an opportunity. Okay? And so you kind of keep the value, the posture, if it's not what you're looking for, hey, that's no problem. Become an affiliate, kick the tires, whatever. And that way you can refer deals if you want to, but just become an affiliate, take a position, and that way it's free. If a person is giving you going back and forth, him and Han, and it's not for them, great. This is what you do. It may not be for you, and that's fine. Take a position as an affiliate and stay in touch, because you're going to hear about us. Okay. And so, or I'll take a position as an affiliate, and I'll keep in touch with you and kind of continue to share the progress of the company. Okay. Either way it goes, you want the person to be in the affiliate. Like Nick makes over 50 affiliates now, and he has a really good understanding of what's going on. At some point in time, somebody's going to refer something, and he's going to make some money. Right. And so he's not, but like I said, you just continue to, and you're going to get a lot of affiliates based on the fact that it ain't a job, and that's fine. But again, it's the follow through, after that determines whether they stay an affiliate or not. Yeah. So it's better to have them in the system than not.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. All right. So Laura, since you already on, you and our Dr. Arlene, y'all normally kick us off when it comes to the role plays with the PS5s. So y'all want to go ahead and show everybody how it's done?
Sure, why not?
Yeah. So y'all, you have it. You already have it, right?
I think you just put it in the somewhere.
Yeah, I just put it in Telegram, and I put it in WhatsApp too.
Okay, let me just pull it up real quick here. Small. All right. Oh, I got my name in there. Dr. Arlene, where are you?
Right here, front and center, and ready for you. Great morning, Laura.
Great morning. Okay, so ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey there, Dr. Arlene. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Laura. I need about 3 minutes of your time. Are you good with that?
Sure. What's up?
Awesome. Listen, I'm about to send you something. Zoop. Could you look at your phone really quick? Did you get it?
Yeah. What is this?
Dr. Arlene, this is a screenshot. Screenshot. Oh. Screenshot. Edit that out. Edit that out. This is a screenshot.
You can tell me the shit too.
Hold on, Laura. Yeah, you gotta give us a minute on this one. Hold on. We got
Oh my God.
reset. And it wasn't Dale. It wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? It was Laura. We're gonna keep this. We're gonna show this on a cruise one day. And the Bahamas. So we're going on this cruise. We're gonna put you up there. I'm like, this is the screen, and this is Laura. But now go ahead. Y'all go ahead.
Yeah, these are the bloopers after the main event.
Right.
Okay, zoop, back up. This is a screenshot of my electricity savings after I went solar. I went from $375 a month to $300 a month. That's a $75 saving and $900 a year. And it's locked for 25 years. And I also have a screenshot of my customers' electricity savings. So what does that look like to you, Doc?
You know what, Laura, I've been thinking about going solar, but I've heard they put liens on your house, they put holes in your roof, all kind of crazy crap.
Yes, I understand why you say that. I have heard some of those things before myself. And so I totally understand how you feel. But what I found is that when I learned more about the industry, I found that so much of that was not true at all. And so what I'd love to do is to give you an opportunity to see for yourself. So what I'd like to do is get your bill and compare it to what you can save as a solar customer. Now, this is free to you. It's just an analysis of what you could save if you were to make a decision to go solar. Is that something that we can do?
Now, Laura, I know you as my girlfriend hanging out. What you know about solar that you're going to analyze my solar for me?
You know something? That's a great question. I just got started myself, and I really don't know that much, but I am working with a team of people who are really helping me to understand the scope and depth of what we have in our hands right now. So what I would do is I would submit your bill to a solar specialist and allow them to create the analysis. And then you, me, and that specialist would get on a Zoom. And guess what? The best part is that you get to ask as many questions as you have or you need. And you can get all of that information that you had previously in your head, get it all cleared up. So how do you get your bill? Do you get it electronically or by paper?
Electronically.
Awesome. That's the best way. So listen, I'm going to send you my email address. You probably already have it, but use this one and just forward that bill to me, and I'll be able to submit it. And what's a good time that we can jump on a Zoom together later today or tomorrow? Would morning or afternoon be better?
Afternoon is better.
Okay, great. 3 or 5 o'clock?
5 o'clock is fine.
Awesome. So send that
Laura,
bill to me.
I have a question. What am I doing?
Sure. So what you're doing is you are sending me your electric bill. I am going to submit it to my solar specialist so that you and I and the specialist can jump on at 5 o'clock tomorrow on a Zoom so that we can see the difference the savings that you would experience if you were to install solar. And this is absolutely no obligation. It's just an opportunity for you to learn about solar and to experience some of the savings that I experienced. You saw that my bill went from $375 to $300. What could you do with an additional $75 a month, doctor?
I'd eat out more probably.
Oh man.
But my kids think I'm senile.
Do you think you're senile?
No, I don't, but they think I'm senile. They don't want me making no decisions without them.
Hey, that is absolutely awesome. Let them come on the call with you tomorrow at 5 o'clock, and they'll be able to get questions answered as well.
Yeah, I think that would be good. This way we all hear it at one time, because I'm not gonna have to try and explain solar to them because I don't know nothing about solar, and then they're gonna talk about what you doing now.
Absolutely. We would welcome them on the call at 5. So is there any reason that you wouldn't be able to make that call at 5 o'clock tomorrow?
No, I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. I'm going to send you a reminder and a calendar invite, and send that bill over to me right now. Can you pull it up right now?
Yeah. You know, I can
Okay,
find
pull it up.
Petco 'cause they find me.
Just to make sure that I get it. Just send it to this email address. Blah, 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 blah.
All right, I sent it. You got it?
I got it. I got it. Okay, awesome. So listen, I am looking forward to seeing you tomorrow at 5, and the kids. Be good to see them, and have your questions ready, because what we're going to do is show you the savings that you will receive just by having solar installed. Because one thing about it is that, God willing, the sun is going to come up every day. And there's one thing that's also going to happen, is that you're never going to stop paying an electricity bill. So wouldn't it be great for it to be less than it is now?
Yes, it would. Yes, it would. So Laura, so am I sending it to Laura@screenshit.com?
That's exactly where you're sitting.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
oh, boy. That's hilarious. You
Oh
start-
my goodness.
Oh no, this is good stuff. You can't make this stuff up. But good stuff, man. Good stuff, guys. This is good. This is good stuff. This is why I have y'all do this stuff first, because again, y'all don't take yourself too serious. You know, it's all good. So but that's how it is. That's the PS5, guys. And so Laura and Doc, you know, y'all been through it. What do you feel about the flow of the conversation?
It flows well. It flows well. It's just a matter of doing it, repetition, and putting your own personality, your own unique touch, your own unique flavor to it.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Absolutely. It's a great structure. And, all we have to do is take the action and do it, just like I made that boo-boo. We're going to do things like that. Stuff does happen. And we just have to understand that stuff does happen, and we got to keep going, because we have to understand what we have in our hands, and we have to be bad before we're good. And we have to be comfortable with being bad before we get good, because good is on the way to great. So yeah, it's a great structure. Thank you, Mr. Bean.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And so that again, guys, that's one of the ways you just want to really use to hit people who you're familiar with. You know, you're trying to get the bill from, and also, like I said, because I didn't throw anything in there, any bills or whistles in there. Don't forget that you got the vacations that you can use, and also, just depending on the type of person they are. You have people who, they might need a little push, and you might want to offer them a little something. So keep that in mind as well, in case if they turn around and win. So if they turn around and install, rather. So anybody else want to go? Because I'm gonna turn around and do the one for the salesperson or somebody I'm trying to recruiting side of it. Anybody else want to go before I do that and try the regular PS5 for customers? Of course, Carla. Carla, let me see here, because I want to make sure you talk to somebody who, Sarah. I want you to call Sarah.
Okay, let me pull up the bill. I mean the PS5. What's going on?
Carla, are you on the speaker?
No.
That was us.
Oh, that's Sarah?
Yeah, because we're right next to each other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Carla, say something.
Okay. Carla speaking.
Gotcha. There we go.
Okay. Ring, ring.
Hello?
Hey, Sarah, this is Carla. Great morning.
Oh, hi, Miss Carla. How are you?
I am well. And thanks for asking. You got about 3 minutes?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, awesome. I'm about to send you something. Zoop. Take
Oh
up your
my God.
phone.
What's this?
Girl, this is a screenshot of my electricity savings after I went solar. I went from $375 per month down to $300. That's a savings of $75 a month and $900 a year. And it's locked in for the next 25 years.
I don't know. I've heard a lot of
This
horror
is
stories. Solar. One of my neighbors, actually, she told me that one of her family members had solar. It burnt down their house, and they're still a year later fixing their house, and they don't have house insurance nor anything from the solar company. I don't think I want to do anything with solar.
I can understand why you would say that. Okay, y'all. Hi, Mr. B. That's a good one.
I don't know how you, hey, Carla, look, I don't even know how you come back on that one, but I'm gonna need Sarah to loosen up the reins on this one. No,
Okay.
Sarah, give us something to work with.
Okay.
Actually, I have a friend whose house did catch fire after an install. I mean, and they were able to, get it fixed. But yeah, I did have a friend that happened to. So that's whoa. All right, let's start over.
Okay.
All right. Woo, let me go back and pull that up. Okay, great. Ring ring.
Hello?
I'm gonna do this. Just start, and this is a disclaimer, guys. I put 1 and 2. So look, you can do this with your bill, or you can do that with a bill from the community. Okay, that's why I put 1 and 2 there. So you can do it with your bill. So don't do both. But your bill, or you can do it for the bill within the community or from your team. And then also just go ahead and start with the point, because you just told her that your bill you just saved $75 a month on your bill, and you gave her your big claim. And so now let her reply again.
Okay, great. All right, Sarah, it's on you now.
Okay. I don't know. I'm kind of hesitant about solar. I heard about birds nesting underneath and it just messing up your roof completely.
Totally understand. I totally get that. Did you know that our company also provides but a critical protection for that?
Oh, they do?
Absolutely.
Okay, because I've been interested in solar. I just haven't went ahead and get it because I feel like every time I try to go solar, it's too much money. I can't just drop 40,000 on solar like right at this moment. So maybe catch me in like a year or so.
I hear what you're saying, and our company offers a lot of different types of financing options to help you out with that.
Like taking out a loan? Will I get a lien on my property?
That was something that happened a long time ago, but right now the program that we do, we no longer do those programs that puts a lien on your property. In fact, we raise value in your property.
Okay. Do I still have to take out a loan for?
Possibly. It's okay, so how do I handle that one, Mr. B? Oh, we didn't get to that. Okay.
I would take it
Okay.
right.
So it's not, you don't have to take out a loan, but it may be the best situation for you. You can do a lease, you can do cash, you can do a loan. Just depends on what works best for you.
Okay.
Can I ask a question, Davina?
Sure.
Would you recommend taking her back to the goal of the appointment, which would be to set the appointment, the goal of the call? So instead of trying to answer all of Sarah's questions, go back to the focus.
There you go.
I can do that. All right.
New. Remember, you're new. And so
Right.
always, and one that's one that protects you. And two, also teaches Sarah that when she becomes a homeowner that has a solar system owner, and she decides to actually become an actual member because she sees how much money it is that she can make, then remember, she's going to revert back to how she got started, how you presented it to her, and she's going to do the exact same thing that you did. So if you made mistakes, she's going to make those same exact mistakes, right? If you did it exceptionally, she's going to do it exactly the way, and it's a teaching moment for her. Remember, I'm always new, right? Always
Okay.
new. So,
all right.
I say, so slip to strip. So, that's why that's what my job is right now today, is just to make sure you set the appointment so you can have that cost savings analysis with the matter expert. and the solar specialist, he's going to draw everything out for you. And that's also an opportunity for me to learn while you actually learn.
All right, great. Let me go back. Okay. Right. So I understand how you feel. I felt the same way, but as you can see, not only is this true, but I'm not the only one. Everyone's starting to go solar and making solar money. As a matter of fact, I have several clients that have submitted bills, and some of them are working towards getting their solar for free. Now, do you see why I'm so excited?
Okay, so how do I get these solar for free?
Okay, so how you get these solars for free is I'm calling my friends and family to let you know that I've partnered with a company now, and we can help you save money per month and also make $500 a month as well. So what we would like you to do is to please, going to put together a cost savings analysis by you submitting a bill to me, and you and I will get on the phone with our solar expert, and they will discuss the benefits with you, what system it looks like for your home, and the incentives that will help you even more. So what days and times are you available to set aside 30 minutes to take a look at your assessment?
Okay, you had me at 3,500. I can meet today if there's time.
Absolutely. What time works best for you? Do you want to meet at noon or do you want to meet at 3?
Noon works fine. I'll send that over to you now.
Okay, great. Fantastic. So the email address you would send it to me at is kmwin@solar.com.
Okay. Shoot.
Fantastic. Oh, I see it right here. But got you on the calendar. And we will meet at noon with my mentor. Thank you so much, Sarah. Is there any reason why you would not make this appointment at 12 noon today?
I'm trying to think. I don't know. Maybe if I have to call my mom and ask her what she thinks about solar. Maybe if she has a bad experience, but I'll text you if something happens.
Okay, so I would love to meet with you and your mom and our solar expert as well. And that way you can get all of your questions answered. You and your mom get all of the questions answered that you would have about solar and the experiences that however we mitigate them. Will that work for you?
Yes, thank you. I didn't know I could invite people. So yeah, I will have some people come with me to make the decision.
Fantastic. Looking forward to talking with you then. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day, Carla. Miss Carla.
Okay, have a great day, Sarah. Okay. All right.
Okay. Come on, Dr. Arlene.
Thank you.
Share some nuggets of wisdom. What you got? Because I know you sitting there listening, and I know you like you had some things you wanted to say, or you heard some things that you wanted to.
No, I think Carla did a great job on thinking on her feet. But when Sarah said she's going to bring some people, she didn't just say her mom at this point. She said some people. My question is, who are these some people? Why are they on? Why are they going to be on this call? And do they need to be on the call? And will they blow my deal?
No, do not have anybody on the call except for somebody who's got to help you make a decision. Outside of that, you don't want anybody on that call except for them. And so also going, because I was going to say the same thing. I saw the look on your faces like I was like, no, that's not going to work. That's not going to end up well, right? And so you're going to have this thing looking like a presentation, and your mentor is going to be really frustrated. They may not ever accept another appointment from you. So yeah, nobody except for the person who's actually Sarah or Sarah and her mother. If her mother has to be on there. Other than that, that's it. What about my cousin? No, we'll talk to your cousin on another day. So we gotta make sure we take care of you first. If it's all right with you, then you can endorse it. You can tell your cousin, everybody else, and I even pay you to tell your cousin. But right now, it's just your mom and yourself. Okay, that's one. Two, going back to when Sarah asked, so how do you get it for free? He said, I'm glad you asked. That's going to also be explained at the mentorship meeting. And so, so now that gives them another incentive on how to get to the mentorship meeting, right? Because all that basically is, regardless of how much your system is, when you get to the mentorship meeting and a person, so how do I get it free? So, some people, they, when they get started and they get the system, they loving the bill, they're loving, the savings and everything else, and they become walking, living, breathing billboards, for the company. And those people, every time they refer somebody to us, they get $1,000. And so they can put that $1,000 toward that bill and pay that bill off every time they get a referral. Some people who do exactly what I'm doing, they can get up to $3,000. And again, that's just more that goes toward the bill. So, and pays that bill off. So we have ways to help. And so, but you can pitch that at different times, but I would definitely pitch it after, they get approved, after they get that deal done and rock and roll. And so, once you get approved, we'll tell you exactly how you get it for free. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, you want to make sure that the main thing is the main thing. Make sure you get the deal done, your part of the deal done, which is getting them to that meeting in a qualified position with a clean bill and in the right mindset. Okay. And so great job. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much. That
Yeah.
fire thing threw me off though, Sarah.
Yeah. I think through everybody else. Like, did she go there? She went there? All right. So Brenda, let's see here. I'm gonna talk to Brenda. So let's see here. Okay, so I'm just gonna read a little bit from the script, that way it kind of give you guys the flow of it. So Brenda, I'm gonna call you, all right? And
Hi,
so
everyone. Yes, sir.
by the way, we were in network marketing together, back in the day, like we were back in the day. And I'm gonna hit you up, all right?
Okay.
All right, ring ring.
Hi, Mr. Bain. How are you?
I'm fantastic, Brenda. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, I've been seeing all your videos on social media and everything, selling cars. You out there knocking it out. Look like you're selling the car every day.
Yes, trying to, especially with this economy. Yeah, trying to get there.
That's what I'm talking about. So the reason why I called, because I know you always got your options open, and we've always talked about doing business together. Well, I actually switched from network marketing, and I threw my hat in the ring with solar, and I partnered with a solar company. And the solar company right now, every deal that I do, that I bring to the table, and all I gotta do is just bring it to the table. I'm making about $3,500 to $5,000 per deal. And right now, I would just tell you, over the next 12 to 18 months, I'm gonna have myself probably about $100,000 to $150,000 a month, based on how they pay out. Does that sound like something that you'd be interested in taking a look at?
Sounds interesting. Is it going to take a lot of my time? That's usually selling cars. I make anywhere from 1,500 to 4,000. It just depends on the deal, but it does take a lot of my time when I'm doing it. And every deal I'm spending like 4 to 5 hours, so it all depends.
Well, the good thing about it is this. I deal with a lot of business professionals like yourself, and I do that because y'all already have a database of people who trust you. Everybody who you've ever sold a car to, you get a chance to go back to them and say, hey, look, right now, I'm also offering solar to all my customers. And when you do that, based on your relationship with them, all you have to do is set the appointment. Once you set the appointment, the presentation is done for you, and once that presentation is done, it gets approved, it goes to installation, you get a check for $3,500 to $5,000. That's how simple it is. Okay. So it's not like network marketing. That's why I don't do network marketing anymore. And it's high ticket sales. So as you can see, that require a lot of time. So knowing that it doesn't take a lot of time, is that something that you feel like you want to get more information on?
Definitely, especially if it saves time, because, like I said, I'm already busy as it is. But yeah, it sounds very interesting. So I don't have to spend a lot of time, you're saying? So how much time would I have to spend on a deal?
This depends on, on a deal, maybe 15 minutes. And just the time it takes for you to actually call the customer, get the bill, and put it into the system. That's it. Okay.
Wow.
After that, your job is done.
Okay. Do I have to learn how to do all this?
You don't have to learn anything except for, again, call your customer, follow up with them, greet them, let them know what you're doing, get the bill and get the appointment. That's how simple it is. Every time I talk to somebody who's in sales, They really do think that it has to be more, like, make $4,000 in real estate. They feel like they have to go out and find a client. They have to nurture that process. They have to beat out every other agent. And that process may take them anywhere from 3 to 6 months to actually get a deal and make a deal. And they get the same amount of money over here as 15 minutes.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'd be interested in hearing about it.
Good deal. So check your text message. I'm gonna, just so you know, this is on the up and up. I'm gonna send you something. Did you get it?
Got it.
Awesome. So what that is right now, my mentor who's helping me out right now, Hans just did this deal, and that deal brought me on my half for $4,800. And so I made $4,800 in this deal. He made $4,800 on the deal for closing it for me. And the cool part about it is, one day, if you so happen to want to do both sides of the deal, okay, instead of you just making $4,800 on this deal that I'm showing you right now, you'd actually have the opportunity to make $9,000, basically $9,600. So that's a lot of money in there for closes as well. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds double what I make.
Yeah, and like I said, I know you like big money. That's why I'm bringing big options. So this is what we'll do. I'm going to send you a video to kind of give you a little bit more information about what it is, the whole entire project. Me, myself, the VP of Sales, or Sam Bean, who's the Leadership Development Officer, and JC Rangel, who's the VP of Sales. They did a explanation about the company, and I'm gonna send that to you. Okay, you'll watch that. But also, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna send you the link to become an actual representative for the company, and you can do exactly what I'm doing. Because guys, what I'm doing right now is I'm assuming a sale. I'm trial closing. So I'm sending you the link right now, and you can go ahead and get signed up. It's only $200 down and $99 a month for the support. And we'll make sure you're taken care of. So here are both the links. Here's that link. Did you get it?
Yeah.
All right, good. So again, $200 down, $99 a month is all it is for you to get yourself enrolled and for you to start sending bills in, get paid 100% on your bills, and with an option to build a small team if you so chose to. Because I know you was a builder when we was in, that company.
Okay. So I'm able to build a team. That's what I like.
Okay. All right. So, and so right now, as a matter of fact, that when are you going to make time to actually watch that video? Can you do this after you get off of work today, or do you need till tomorrow?
Well, when I get home from work, usually I get home in the evenings, so I'll have time to look at it, but not right now. But yeah, when I get home.
Okay. So this is what we'll do. I don't want to have to talk to you after you watch the video tonight, because I know it's probably going to be late. Tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock a.m. or I have another opening at 12 o'clock p.m. Which time would be best for us to get back together and get this game plan session started?
The earlier, the better for me.
All right,
During the day, I'm pretty busy.
Okay, so 10 o'clock a.m. we'll jump on Zoom. You have my link. Just sent that to you as well, and we'll go ahead and get this. And we'll do your game plan session. I'll give you the scripts and everything you need to contact your customers and contact your friends and family, and we'll go ahead and get this party started for you.
Okay, and is there something that I can do that makes it easier for me just to send out? Is there something that you can help me with?
Yeah, we're gonna discuss all that
That way I
tomorrow.
don't spend a lot of time.
Oh, no, you know me. I'm all systems based. I'm gonna roll all that out to you tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock. You'll know everything, 100% of what you need to do, 100% of what you need to send, and 100% of what you need to say. That link that I just sent you, make sure you do that right away, because you understand the industry. There's overflow opportunities here where you get a chance to make money on the people that I personally enroll beneath you as well. So go ahead and sign up and get yourself a question. And then tomorrow morning, I'll show you exactly what we got to do to start putting those, putting that money in your pocket, at $3,500 to $5,000 a deal in your pocket. All right.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to listen to this.
No problem, superstar. See you tomorrow morning.
Thank you.
So like I said, for me, I went off script because I don't need a script. So that's just a comfortable conversation with somebody who I have a relationship with. And so a lot of you guys when you're talking to somebody about sales, you have a relationship with that person, because normally you would talk to them about bills. So if you're talking to somebody about sales, you know that person already. So get comfortable, right? Just have your foundation, in order. Know what you want to say. Know what your big claim is. My big claim is, again, $3,500 to $5,000 a deal, and I can get that deal done in 15 minutes. And so basically, my job, I'm sticking to the script. It's only going to take you about 15 minutes. It's long enough time for you to actually make a phone call to your customer, let them know what you're doing, get that bill, make that appointment, and get out the way. Do it again. Rinse and repeat. Remix, whatever you want to call it. That's what you want to keep it really simple when it comes to sales, when you're talking to people who are in sales. Okay? Because every time, like a matter of fact, I got a phone call from somebody. He may or may not start, but he just, Cosmos and Dale and Brenda, y'all know him. And so last night he hit me up on Facebook, and I got him on the phone, and we had a little conversation. And everything I said, no, oh no, oh, really, really, oh no, oh no, oh no, not everything. Like, so hey, network marketers ain't used to this type of money, man. And so, and that's when I talked to him about, especially when you're talking to network marketing, I said, Cosmos, remember, you got to 50 grand a month overnight, and you didn't know nothing, right? And so, and we bust out laughing because that was his thing. I don't know nothing. And so that's the guy who used the system. Really, he bled the system, and not somebody, he got the most out of the system than anybody's ever got out of anybody's system. And so, exactly, I don't know nothing. So and we laughed. And what I tell my Cosmos, you had thousands of people, tens of thousands of people in your organization. I said, two things about this company. I said, with the membership, okay, with the membership, and then I did this from my head. What I sent in the slides later. I said, 10 people on your left, Cosmos, 10 people on your right in the dual team. That's $500 a month, Cosmos. I said, how many people does it take in your team in Organo or wherever we was at when we did business together? How many people did it take to get you to $500 a month? I mean, he said, it's a lot. I said, yeah, you can't put a number on it. One, because it's confusing, and two, it's too many. I said, so 10 on the left, 10 on the right. You put one on the left and one on the right, and they go get the 9, or the overflow bring the 9, on one side, and you get your people, and you help them get 9 on the other, 9 more on the other side. That's $500, Cosmos. I said 25 and 25. You get 2 on the left, 2 on the right. 25 and 25 is 1,000. No. A Cosmos, 55 and 55. Right? It's 2,000. 115 is 4,000. 225, 225. Cosmos, that's less than 500 people. You had 100 grand a year. Oh, come on, man. Come on. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So tell me this mentor thing. And so he started asking all kind of questions. Like, man, yeah. So I can do the presentation. Do I have to be certified? He started asking all these questions. And of course, I hit him up with all the right answers. So he may get started, he may not. It's always one of those things but I know for a fact he's not gonna be able to sleep at night dealing with me, because now I'm on his radar. My only job is to hunt him for the rest of his days. So, and everybody I talk to, good luck. You just got hit by the boogeyman of solar. I'm gonna make sure you have nightmares if you don't get started with me. So that's what it's about right there. I'll put you on notice. Yeah, I'm putting you on notice. So you can go ahead and continue to deal with the network marketing companies if you want to. And the more and more you see me, the more and more it's going to hurt you. So good luck. Anybody else? Anybody got any questions? Because we won't go ahead and set the top of the hour. It's 10 o'clock. We'll wrap it up. Anybody got any questions before we get out of here?
Can I say something real quick?
Sure.
I'm trying something new, and if it works, I'm gonna let you guys know, and then you guys can put it to work. I don't want to mention nothing yet, but I just want to tell you that I did this little thing, and I'm working on it. I'm actually gonna hire somebody to work for 4 hours and just pay her to make my calls. But out of that, what I just did, I got 250 leads of people that are looking into installing solar. So if it works, I'm gonna have her do those calls, and then out of that, see how many I can get. And it's actual here in Colorado. So you can actually target it to where you live. If it works, I'll let everybody know. I only spent $20 on it. So I want to see how much I can get out of those 20. And if it works, I'll let everybody know how I did it, okay? I just want to try it out first and see if we can get some installs in there.
Anytime, guys, anytime y'all have, y'all are doing anything that y'all are trying out, we can definitely get together and privately, and we'll go over it and see if it's a good fit for the team. If it's not, we won't. If it is, we will, and we'll obviously do some coaching and counseling around it, and make sure we cater it to, again, everybody that's around, that's in the group that can do it. But I appreciate you being, again, open and generous, with your information, and I look forward to following up with you on that as well. Sarah.
Hey guys.
Fire starter. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I don't have a story for this week. But I just wanted to say another power partner for us is HOAs, and there's a lot. And some of them will actually let you do a presentation at an HOA meeting. You can present there. And then when people are like, yeah, I want to go solar, then you can say, hey, we have allotted 48 hours for you guys where you guys can get like immediate appointments and then cut a deal for everyone in the home ownership. And then normally they're non-for-profits. So when you go to the head of the HOA and you talk about the referral program, it's normally their spouse that has to sign up. So they're not like violating any contracts or anything. So that's like a really good way to present to a lot of people at once.
How did you come about that information?
The way I came about that was that I knocked on a guy who had solar, and then he said that his wife was the president of the HOA. So they invited me in and I talked to them about our company. And then I realized that you can literally just look up the names of the HOAs, go to your county treasury or something like that, and then the president is like homeowners associations, and then you can present to them.
And what are you scheduling?
Oh, and I'm scheduling our first HOA meeting in August. And also one thing that they pointed out there was that they'll have a politician there. So I was also looking into the possibility of getting in with local politicians to see if they could sponsor us like officially, and we could reach more people through their network. And again, we could put them in the referral system if they're down for that. So yeah. That's it.
That's what I'm talking about. See what I'm saying? That's good information. That's good flow. I love our family. We have such a generous and giving family. Yeah, y'all some amazing people. Because I didn't know anything about, I mean, like that would have been the last thing. I thought HOA was my enemy. Again, another movie I created in my head, man. HOAs, my enemy. I gotta get around HOAs. They're not gonna want me to do my solar stuff, whatever. They're gonna tell me I can't do a knock, or they're gonna tell me whatever it is. You just flipped it for me. You just turn it on. Now it's like, okay, so now I want to go find out who the presidents are and see what I can give them, right? And see how I can partner with them and see how we can make this thing work. Because in Houston, there's a ton of HOAs out there, and you get into one HOA now, I'm just my brain just lit up, and boom, like when I heard Nick say he had 400 people hit him up in less than a week, that just again boom. When Brenda just said, $20, I got 200 leads, boom. Like, it's like now you're looking at every house in that subdivision, you know what I mean? Potentially you have access to, and you could become that preferred solar person for that neighborhood. And literally just by endorsement purposes. And then you get a chance to pay off the person who is the president of the nonprofit, or his wife, or her husband, or whatever. Oh man, that's cash money. That's cash money. So again, contributions, again, that's all. This is why you got to be on, these events. It's why you got to be on. You never know what you're gonna get. Everybody can learn. Thank you, Sarah, for that. All right, Ms. Ava, and then we'll put a bow on it with Ms. Ava.
Yes, first I want to say thank you so much for the training today and for all the information that everyone has shared. I'm new to the group, so I'm still learning along with everyone else. And I just wanted to find out, a lot of times, everyone is giving, a lot of great information, really impactful, insightful information. I will have a lot of questions. I'll think about it after we end these sessions. And what is the best way to reach out to everyone after these sessions are over? Because there might be questions that we don't have time for because the sessions are directed, you have specific information that you're sharing. What's the best way to do that?
So two things, always start with your direct senior partner, and if they don't have the answer, they'll get it for you. One or two, if they don't have the answer, you can go directly to the WhatsApp group, because that WhatsApp group, again, you get a lot of questions. I normally, if they don't answer the first time, I'll just retype it in there again. But there's a lot of solar pros in that actual group that answer questions for you as well. So. But definitely always start with your senior partner, and they'll either have the answer, or they can direct you to it, or you can get it from WhatsApp for sure. And if it's something specific, that you heard on a call or something like that, and that's a little different, and we'll figure out how to get that information to you once you actually get the question to your senior partner as well.
Okay, thank you. And what I'm saying is, like, today, I've heard people comment or say, I did this or I did that, or even past, it's specific people, like what they're doing. So I will have specific questions about what that person said, the individual thing that they're doing. And so, but I would go to WhatsApp and ask them directly in WhatsApp about what they said, because it's specifically about what they're doing. Pardon?
So when you have like the specific questions, again, just always start with your senior partner.
Okay, so still go to, okay.
Just because what happens is you want to make sure that's an individual we can get the answers for you, and that way, because you have a whole bombard that one person or those 2-3 people, whatever, but we want to make sure you get the answer, but we want to make sure we go through the proper channels to do it.
Okay, I understand.
Who's your sponsor?
My sponsor is Angel.
Oh, see. Yep, there you go.
I know Angel is the GOAT. I know Angel is the GOAT, but like she has all the information. But like, let's say Idris did something that maybe Angel hadn't missed. I may have a question about something that Idris said he did, and so are there any boundaries or barriers to us talking to each other just in general? That's
so you
what
just, so you just hit him up in the WhatsApp chat. You just hit him up and
Okay.
just tag him in the WhatsApp chat, and just ask, and he'll be able to answer for you.
Okay, and that's the best way. Okay, thank you. I just want to make sure I'm doing it because, as I said, I'm new to the group and I'm still learning on, I want to make sure I'm following protocol, but everybody gives such great information, and so I'm ready to run. So
Gotcha. Yeah, and the thing is, it's also, and that's a good thing. So, and guys, when y'all have good questions, especially when you have them during the events, that's the best time to ask, because everybody learns at the same time. I know you don't have them, like I said, but when you go back, a lot of times your question will pop up, especially if you're watching it again, and specific stuff. So that also can be taught on the next training too. So when they're going through the proper channels, those questions a lot of times are set aside for next week as well. Even though they'll be answered for you, they'll be addressed in the next training for the whole entire team, because that may be something that everybody needs to know.
Okay, got it. Thank you, Mr. Ben.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good one. I got an appointment with somebody who wants to torture me as my trainer, and so I got to get out of here. But it's Solar Saturday. Everybody's at home. Everybody's got a phone. Let's go out here and again, let's race to mentorship, and keeping in mind that you got to win the deal, and in order for you to win the deal, the customer has to win. And so be giving, not greedy. Okay, let's go ahead and make a fortune. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all for supporting the calls, and tag your people, because this is a training that they should go back and watch. Y'all should be on Facebook tagging everybody in your group so they can go back and watch this today's call, every week's call, but today in particular for sure. So see you guys next week, same time, next week, Houston, we will have a problem because we will have standing room only. JC Rangel will be in the building. I'll be in the building, and we will have that Super Solar Saturday event. And guys, but make sure you are always where your ears can hear. Anytime we have an event, make sure you are where you can learn and where you can make contributions. So we'll see you guys next time, same line, and more people. Bye, guys.